When I step on the scene, y'all know me. Cause I walk with a limp like a old school pimp or a real OG. I'm rocking Vans, I'm in the sand. I got a Red Bull and vodka up in my hand.
Alright, so I'm going to try to hold the camera as steady as possible at all times, but I may end up like moving it in other places when I don't mean to. So if that happens, sorry, but you're probably getting kind of bored just staring at this little bag here. Okay, so this is kind of my, well, it's a desk, but it's kind of like a little vanity at the same time. We got this, where did we get this? Like a garage sale, I think. But yeah, it was still like a really good price. I think it was only like at a garage sale. So, I mean, it was like $15 or something like that. It was really good. Okay, so I'm going to zip this. Okay, so my cousin got this bag for me at, I believe, Icing. It was for my birthday, and it's just, you know, sparkly, obviously, and zebra striped. Oh, there's me in the mirror, but like I said, it was just a very stressful day at school, so my hair is up. I'm just not looking my best at the moment. But anyways, okay, so inside my bed, this is just kind of for my moisturizers, hand sanitizer. I've actually got floss in there. I've got some hair ties. My daily moisturizer is oil-free moisture from Neutrogena. And then every day on any blemishes, I use Neutrogena On the Spot acne treatment. And then I've just got, like I said, some hand sanitizer. And I used to be able to put all my makeup in here, but now not so much because I've gotten so much makeup. But so I just use this for traveling because I'm not going to obviously bring my entire makeup kit whenever I go traveling somewhere. Okay, so this bag is by Clinique, and it is for all my makeup brushes. Now, you guys are probably going to notice I don't have all my brushes in here. Now, these are all my brushes, but the ones that I've used by Mary Kay and everything that are in my videos, those are by my, well, not by my, but those are my mom's. Because, see, those are hers, but she's just kind enough to let me use them. And yes, I do have some handwriting on my hand. I know, such a bad girl. That was a joke, but probably nobody laughed. Okay, so this is the assortment of brushes that I have. So I know it's kind of a mess. I've got my sponge for my foundation. I've got a couple blush brushes here. I've got this little mini one for my face, but I've never really used it. It came out of something. I don't remember what exactly. I've got a powder. Well, I've got this really big powder brush. And then I've got a smaller powder brush. And yes, they're pink. I love pink, of course. I've got two bronzing brushes. One by Eyes, Lips, and Face. L for ELF. There's like 3 different names for it. So I've got this bronzing brush. And then I've got this one by Icing. And you guys seen me use this before. I keep the case on to keep it away from dust, although it's zipped up in this container anyways, but whatever. For my eyes, so I usually use my mom's Mary Kay, I can't talk today, my mom's Mary Kay brushes, but this morning, for example, I forgot to go in there the night before, and I get up really early while everyone else is still sleeping, so I had to kind of make the most of the 3 little eye brushes that I have here, and the reason I say that is because with the spongy ones here, which I'm not a huge fan of, I couldn't exactly go into my BH Cosmetics palette here because the colors, it's like you can't really wipe them off. Like, say I used like a purple this morning, so it's like the colors, you can't really wipe it off, so you're pretty much stuck there with it, and once it gets on, you have to like make sure that you really want it. Like this green here, you guys saw in my Ellen Blair, one of my contest entries, that I used green eyeshadow and I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, so now I've just kind of stained this green for a one-time thing. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. So Yeah, and then I just use this as like a blending brush, but it's really not that great of a blending brush. Like, I use it more as a more often as a concealer brush than anything else. But this one is just obviously for eyebrows. Yeah, just brushing them out and then combing them. So let's move on to how I have my makeup containers all organized and set up. Okay, so the top drawer is my eyes drawer. So obviously I've got my huge BH Cosmetics palette, but then I've got kind of my either traveling palettes or just like my normal ones that I still use actually pretty often. I've got my two Rimmel Londons. This one is Spices, and this one is what does this one say? No, this one says Dreamy. And then I've got my two Maybelline New York eyeshadows. This one's Champagne Fizz, and this one is Shimmer. I personally like the Shimmer more, but I actually use the Champagne Fizz every day in my crease because the BH Cosmetics eyeshadow isn't crease proof, so the Champagne Fizz is, and it's my skin tone, so I put it in there. And then I've got my Icing eyeshadow. I use this a lot, this color right here. I'm going to do what my everyday makeup tutorial is, and I'm going to use this color because that pretty much is. I usually use a Pretty Brown, and I really like that color anyways, so. I've actually got another Maybelline New York palette right here, but it's pretty much the same as the Rimmel London Dreamy one. So that one is kind of an older one from, I think that was like back when I used to dance at this one studio, so yeah. And then I've got my favorite eye primer, Clinique All About Eyes, of course. And then I have several different mascaras. I think the camera just got really shaky there, and I totally just blocked your view by putting my arm in front, and now I just dropped some mascara. I am just all over the place today. So here are my 5 mascaras. I think I've used others before, but those are probably, yeah, most definitely, I guess, are my mom's, because like I said, we share a lot of the makeup that we own. So you'll notice that maybe you'll notice if you keep track. I don't think anyone does. But anyways, that not all the products I've used in my videos before are in here. Like I said, that's because they're probably my mom's kit. So yeah. So this is my Maybelline New York Falsies. I got this back in December, and it's April, and you're supposed to get rid of your mascara every 3 months, but yeah, I haven't, and I don't know, it still works, I guess, somewhat well. It worked really good, of course, when I first got it, but because it's been over 3 months, it's, you know, starting to die, basically. So this is CoverGirl Exact Eyelights Mascara. Then this is CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion. I always have trouble saying that. Maybelline New York Colossal. This will be my 4th month having this, and it's really weird because it's still really, like, you know, for lack of a better word, gooey and just, like, not hard or anything. And this is Maybelline New York Great Lash Mascara. So, yeah, and that pretty much completes the eyes set. So let's move on to my second drawer. So this drawer basically contains my powders, foundation, and bronzers, and blush, and all that. So let's start with my powders. I totally just blocked you again. This one is CoverGirl, and it's just called Clean. You guys have seen me use it, like, many times before. This one is Rimmel London Stay. It's like matte or like matte tea or something like that. It's pressed powder. These both are my skin tone, and I just kind of switch daily on and off which ones I decide to use. And I just put them over my foundation. So moving on to bronzers. I'm just going to call e.l.f. It's faster. So this is e.l.f. Healthy Glow Bronzer Powder, and it's in Sunkissed. This is my CoverGirl True Blend Translucent Fair Bronzer. And this is just a little pod. It's by Michael Kors, and it's Glimmer Body Cream. So I know it kind of looks gross, and it almost looks like mud, but I promise you, like, it's really not. Like, it's not really as muddy and goopy as it looks. And it actually works really well. And as far as I'm concerned, it smells, like, amazing. It literally, oh my gosh, I love how it smells. It feels like sunscreen in summer and just goodness. So, I was saying it smells like goodness. I wasn't exclaiming goodness. didn't know how clear you guys were on that one.